And we're going to start with Jonathan Tannewell. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Thanks, Aaron, and thanks, Abby, for the time. Jonathan Tannenbaum with Philadelphia Inquirer. I guess we should get that San Diego question out of the way, because in addition to getting ready for this tour of Australia, you've been getting ready to go to a new club, and I wonder what that, having all of that at once, has been like.
Yeah, I think just this year, soccer-wise, I obviously have, made some moves, but I feel me and my husband have a house in San Diego now. We finally moved in. I think it feels good to finally say that I will be playing for San Diego, and I'm excited to kind of bring this new era of soccer to San Diego and, help build a franchise from the ground up. And I've had so many great conversations with Jill and Casey and Molly and everyone involved with the San Diego organization. And, they are wanting to do the right things. They are committed to the growth of the game and making sure us players are taken care of. So I think, obviously I need some teammates first, but it's going to be really exciting. And I can tell kind of the excitement around the team and what we're hopefully going to be about. And I know it's probably not going to look perfect or be perfect the first year, but, I think building a strong foundation of, culture and whatnot is really important. And I have no doubt that Casey will do such a great job. And, I'm just really excited to work with her and get started there. And, I'm finally back in my home state, and that feels really good too. So I'm just really, really thrilled and excited and honored to be the first player signed for them.
And as regards this national team tour, you're one of the, I don't want to say veteran players on this team. I think Lindsay took a little bit of umbrage to that when she was on a moment ago, but you're one of the players with the major tournament experience. We put it that way. And to be one of those players in this group and to be sort of helping to show the ropes to this new era of young players who are coming through and who not only this is their first national team camp, but a pretty big one at that. What's that going to be like for you? Thanks.
Yeah, it's a huge honor to be able to represent your country and to be called into camp, regardless of, if we're overseas in Australia playing or getting called into a domestic camp, this and that. But, I think I take a lot of pride in, trying to help my teammates. And, if people have questions, hopefully they feel comfortable to come up to us more veteran leaders. I wouldn't say veterans, but just with a little bit more experience. And I think, anytime you get called into camp, you have to take advantage of that and continue to learn. And it's really refreshing seeing, so many players have such great years in the league and getting rewarded for that. And I think the future is very bright. But we can't look past, obviously, we have to qualify for the World Cup first, but these games are very important if we qualify for the World Cup to, get experience. And you very well could be seeing a lot of these players that are in camp in 2023 down here in Australia. So I think, it's really important. It's going to be really tough 2 games against a very good side in Australia. So we can't take these games lightly at all. And we know that, we have to bring our best on the field and at practice. But we're looking forward to it. And, the experience we get during our time here is just invaluable.
Thank you, JT. Thanks, Abs. Let's move on to Caitlin Murray. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Hi, Abby. The U.S. typically plays most of its friendlies in the United States. I was going back through the years, and it was I think 10 out of 90, the past 90 were out overseas. So, and this is the team's first time in Australia in 21 years, I think. How important is it to get these games away? And would you like to see the U.S. play more games abroad?
Well, I think after experiencing COVID, and it's still going on, I think anytime we can get together is just so valuable. So I think abroad or domestic, I think regardless of where we are, time together as a group, continuing to learn and develop with the players that get called in, that Vlachos picks, is extremely important. So Hythe and Kate were actually telling us that the team hadn't been here for 21 years or 20 years. And so I think that it's really cool that we're down here, and people, fans, media are really excited. We were able to go and see some wildlife and do a little harbor tour. So yeah, and media and cameras are around. So I think it's exciting to see other countries, you know, backing women's soccer and getting so excited for just two good quality games. And I think, yeah, I guess last November we were playing in the Netherlands. So domestic or away, I think games are important, and we don't take any game for granted. And I think the players, you know, here are just really honored to represent the U.S. and to play two really good games, and hopefully we'll, you know, be seeing some new faces on the field, and you know, people getting experience and maybe getting their first caps, or you know, just getting valuable experience.
Thank you, Caitlin. Let's go to Dominic Bossy from right here in Sydney. Go ahead, Dominic.
G'day, Abby. How you going?
Good day.
You learning that phrase yet?
No, but I learned bloke.
A bloke.
I was like, what's that? But just like a dude, right?
Just like it, yeah.
Just what's up,
so,
bro?
You've got a fair bit of experience playing against a lot of Australians before. But this is a team somewhat in transition, similar to you guys as well. What are you expecting from the Matildas in these two games coming up?
Like I said, I think they're an incredible team. I think they have a lot of talent all around the pitch. You see young players, you know, coming into the full team and doing well, holding their own very much. Mary Fowler, I think her name is. I think she's fairly young and has been, you know, scoring some good goals for Australia, and is kind of this up-and-coming player. And I think that that's really exciting that you're seeing young talent, you know, kind of emerge in full teams, whether that be, you know, us and also Australia. So, yeah, I think we have had really exciting games against Australia. No shortage of goals, which as a defender, I don't know. Hopefully we can put up a strong defensive performance these two games. But I think, yeah, we always match up really, you know, it's always a good game against Australia, and, you know, they're physical and good in transition, technically and tactically sound too. So, and they have a good coach leading them, and they're organized. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a really good test, but I think you could just kind of feel the excitement too around these two games, and word on the street is that there's going to be a great crowd for our games here, and so we're really looking forward to it, and we're excited. And I think, yeah, we respect Australia a lot, and they're a very good side, so it'll be hopefully good games.
Awesome, Abs. Thanks. Let's go to Alex Ozzie. Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, Abby, thanks so much for taking the time today. I was curious, with so many new people on the roster, are there any, like, team bonding or things that you guys have done to, like, just make sure that you all know each other and kind of get to know each other? And also, are there any things that you realize that, like, are kind of like second nature now that you've been on the national team for a while, of like, oh yeah, like that's something that we do that like new people have to be taught?
Yeah, I mean, I think like for meals, we're able to, you know, sit with players that we might not have been in camp before or very few times. So I think meal times are times to like get to know each other and kind of bond in that way. I think it was really fun to go like see the koalas and kangaroos and do a little boat thing quickly. So I think that that was fun for the team and for like the staff and coaches to kind of get out and experience a little bit of the culture here, but you know, still obviously keep in mind that we are here for 2 games. I heard that there might be a mandatory trivia dinner thing for Sonnet's birthday tonight, but we'll see about that. So that could be a fun bonding thing as well. But in terms of, I guess, things that come second nature, like I first off want to just say that, you know, nothing is guaranteed. And every time I get invited to camp, it is such an honor and I don't take it for granted. So I think that it's just so, I feel very fortunate to have gotten called into this camp and I'm not taking that lightly. But I think, you know, I wouldn't say anything in particular that we're like showing the, you know, newer players, but I think just kind of ideas of how we want to play, how we want to look defensively and offensively, kind of principles, you know, set plays and how we like to do things here, or how Vlatko and Milan and, you know, the coaching staff like to do things. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone's obviously finishing their club teams in season, most people except for Kat. So I think just kind of getting on the same page as quickly as possible is really important as well. So it's kind of been a lot of information in such short amount of time, and we know that it's probably not going to be perfect, but it will be good enough, and it's just great learning experience. And yeah.
Excellent. Last one for Abby goes to Jason Anderson. Go ahead, Jason.
Hi, Abby. Thanks for speaking with us. Happy Thanksgiving from the other side of the date line. I kind of wanted to build off of Jonathan's question from earlier. Obviously, you know the players with fewer caps that are in this camp from playing against them in NWSL or playing alongside them. But I know that there's probably nothing like actually training against them, you know, day to day, being around them like this, seeing them play up close and not just as opposition. I was wondering what you've seen out of those players, the players that don't have as many caps in this camp so far.
Yeah, I think everyone's been fantastic so far. I think it's great because I think everyone is so hungry to learn, and I think that there is, you know, this hunger, this youthfulness on the field as well, and it's exciting because, like I said earlier, I think that there's a very good chance that, you know, you see some of these newer players and you could see them, if we qualify for the World Cup, down here in 2023. So, you know, if we take care of business back in the States in the spring of next year, I think that like you could be seeing some new players. And so I think just like that hunger, that, you know, willingness to learn and eagerness to learn, I think, you know, everyone, like I said, knows of each other from the league and whatnot, but, you know, getting to train together and work hard together and learn things together is special. And I think that, you know, I've been so impressed with everyone here, and everyone that's at this camp has earned it and has deserved it. And, you know, you see so many of the newer players getting rewarded for having a really good season back in the States. And I think that that's great that, you know, we value the NWSL and the league so much in league play. And Vlatko has made that very clear that, you know, you have to play well to get called in, and nothing's guaranteed, whether you have 100 caps or whether you are uncapped. And so I think that that's great, and just solidifying and building a really strong culture. So yeah, I've just been impressed, and I'm sure people will be seeing some of the younger players in these next 2 games.
Excellent, Abs. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.